Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the channel. So happy to be here today. I just want to tell you guys I love you and I appreciate all your likes, shares, subscribes, all you new subscribers. Hello, welcome. Um, I'm just very grateful to be here today. I have a very important message today. And it's for the divine masculine. I actually slept on it last night because it was so important. Intuition, you know, and how to explain intuition. Because intuition isn't seen, explaining it is very important. Intuition is something that's inside of you. People with extreme intuition generally develop it under duress. Um, for an example, let's go to the forest, the woods, and let's take a deer and a wolf. The wolf is hungry. It needs to eat. The starvation in its belly pushes its intuition to send its energy out to look for food. The deer, on the other hand, knows that it's fodder. You know, it's food. Its life depends upon its intuition to know when it's being tracked as prey. And there's a delicate balance between the intuition of the two. But they have extreme intuition. You generally hardly ever, walk up on a deer or a deer will walk up on you. It just doesn't happen like that very often. And the wolf being the same. It stays out of sight. It doesn't like to be seen. It lives totally upon its intuition. It can see through and what intentions are. So that's a description of intuition in nature. Now, we're human, we're civilized. And again, intuition is developed under extreme duress. See how she's all covered up? Hiding herself from the outer world. Depression. No. Depression doesn't cultivate intuition. To hear your intuition is like you have to really silence yourself. And we've been talking about that on this show for 1 minute at a time, to allow your intuition the space to rise up and to come out. And your intuition is connected to your other five senses, which your other five senses are connected to the universe and connected to everything. Okay, you're actually connected to everything. You're flowing through water, and this water is charged, even though you can't see it. Air and water are basically the same thing. One molecule. One molecule changes the difference between water to air. So they are both the same. We're swimming through air, and it is magnetic and electric, and we can feel things of others or know things. We can even extend our intuition into the future and know things that are coming. And it takes the beginnings of being capable of hearing the difference between your impatient voice that is rushing ahead and that voice that you hear when you sit back and take some deep breaths and allow your system to calm down and allow that, allow the thoughts to come in from the outer worlds. that you can compile them and make sense out of them. This takes quite a bit of time, especially if you've never worked on your intuition. But that doesn't mean that your intuition isn't working right now, because there will be times that will come up and you'll have choices in life to make choices. And you might make a choice very quickly, suddenly, impulsively, and then later regret it. That's telling you that the choices that you made that were in that nature, you should probably hold off on making those choices for a moment or two to give yourself time to think of how you will feel in the after effects of completing that choice and moving forward. So it's actually taking moments in time to think about what you're going to do and planning it out so that you can create what the divine feminine has on her side, which is destiny. She follows her intuition. She moves to a good place because that's God talking to her. If you don't follow your intuition, you move into a place that brings repercussions for your choices. And I'm doing my best to be kind and gentle. And I want to tell you why I bring the repercussion up is because the masculine, I made a lot of bad choices in my life, and without understanding them or without listening to my intuition. And those choices led me down roads that, gosh, there was no recouping from. I just had to start from beginning again and again and again. And this last time, the last 3-4 years, I had decided that I could not continue to make those choices. I was at an age where, it was time to move past recklessness and begin to set my life in a direction, because at 55, 56, I'm moving towards the farm. I'm heading towards, meeting God. And how do I want to meet God? It was my choice. Well, I want to meet God standing up. I want to meet God knowing that I did the right thing. And in order for me to do that, I had to slow down and actually sit and think about, was I making good choices for me? Or was I just not really considering my choices and going with, however it felt at the moment? And that's what I've been doing. I've not really made any good choices. So I was terrified because I had never made any good choices. I'd lost everything from my bad choices. And also those who were with me. Separation so many times and leaving everything behind, trying to start again, but ending up at the same place. So, I had to change my view on life. And the view that I had to change was that I needed to slow down just a minute, get rid of all the drugs, all the accessories that, was holding me back, I was a drug addict. Well, I really wasn't a drug addict because I quit it all fairly easily once I decided to turn to God for help. I actually turned to a helper, and within a few years, it was all over. I'd done given up liquor and everything because I realized it felt much better learning to love myself, learning to appreciate who I was as a creation of the Creator that had the mind and heart and the soul of a creator, that I could create a better life for myself. And that's when I began listening to my intuition. I would go into my room, I'd shut the door, I play soft, quiet music and, for a minute or two, shut down my mind, let everything go blank in there, and just breathe. And slowly but surely, I could begin to hear my heart talking to me. And that's what intuition is. It's a connection of your mind, your body, and your heart. And you want to listen to all three. And you actually, your smell comes into it, your sight comes into it, your ears come into it. It begins to be all your senses wrapped up in one, that you're listening, you're feeling, you're hearing, you're tasting, you're seeing, you're understanding. And there you go. But it takes a minute, a couple times a day, in the morning, in the evening, whenever you get a chance. 1 minute will begin the process of clearing your mind of all your thoughts and allow the power of intuition to come in and lead and guide you. And when you need a question answered, you will ask it and sit back and give the answer a minute or two to come up after you've cleared your mind of everything. Everything you've already thought of has not worked, so it's time to allow something else to come into your mind that might. Okay? And so that's the best explanation that I can give to intuition. It's a sixth sense. It's feeling outside the circle. You see, your energy moves. Energy moves, and you can actually move it. So, you can feel things coming in, and if you're thinking about things, you can actually send them out. That's manifesting, you know. So your energy is very important, Divine Masculine. How you use your energy is very important. Your energy is very sacred. You are a sacred being because you carry the energy of life, which is God. Okay, what cards are we going to use? We're going to use the Good Messenger. Yes, indeed, we are. We all come from difficult situations. All of us have had, things in our life that have hurt. No matter what sphere of life we come from, whether we're the most richest people or the most poorest people, we all have feelings, we all have emotions, and this is where intuition comes from. But you have to give yourself a chance to be calm, to be balanced, and to allow those answers to come up from deep within yourself. It is a transformation. It's a transformation from living on the outside world and moving into the inside world. And we can see that. We can see that here on this. She's living on the inside of that circle, within her own energy. She knows her energy. She understands her energy. And that's what being alive is all about. If you're not understanding your energy or who you are, Divine Masculine, you're missing out on a beautiful opportunity to know yourself. Know what's within you. And you don't and won't know what's within you until you shut down your mind, that you might give yourself a minute or two a day to allow what's in you to come up. It might surprise you. There might be some beautiful things within that you've totally forgotten about, ignored, or, neglected that need to come to mind. Okay, Holy Spirit, divine creator of creations that always give us choices, many, many choices of how to find that inner God within us, that we can connect with the God in the outer, the universe, the manifestation, the good things in life, bringing them to bear for ourselves, for our children, for our loved ones. Here we go. Ten of Earth, Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. Earthly matters. The intuition to the Ten of Pentacles. The circles outside. The wolf and the deer. She has deer horns, see? Let's see if I can get it up there. And she's got the wolf. Okay. But they are very much attuned to each other, right? They are so like one another. They're so comfortable and familiar together, the wolf and the girl. She represents the deer. I would say she's very abundant. He's very abundant. Abundance comes from your intuition. Ha! That's what God's trying to say. When you connect with the abundance that's within you, that's the treasure. You see? When you join with your wild nature, the wolf, and your male and your divine feminine, which is your intuition, it is full of abundance. You will have abundance. You will have discovered treasure within. The treasure that is within you. Oh yeah, that's true. That's so true. And you're never alone after that. This is your instinct. This is your intuition, this wolf. This wolf. Right? Divine male or divine female, whoever you are. Knowing yourself, knowing your intuition is treasure. And I can attest to that. Yeah. I can attest to the treasure of your intuition. You receive messages from out of nowhere. Once you get in tune with your intuition and you understand that there's no such thing as death and that your ancestors are with you, that you can open your DNA to ancient intelligence and ancient powers and ancient understandings, and you can find the soul that you're looking for. You can't do this angry. You can't do it frustrated. You can't be mad. You have to find peace in your heart to find your intuition. Yeah. Can you imagine a man having intuition? Be crazy. Yeah, he'd be crazy. God's really good, though, at making sure that certain people who have certain information, that if it's, they're a danger to society, that there's angels and mental stressors out there that come in for those people, believe it or not. And they will be put on hold, whether they have to be driven insane or to the outskirts of society. God has forces that are battling on this planet right now for the good of the people, for the good of society, for the good of civilization, to bring us back into balance, to get us to know our intuition, because the abundance that comes with it also makes you harmless. You become love, and you spread love everywhere. And it's a beautiful thing. Your intuition is very powerful. It's godlike. And what is godlike but love? Everything else is destruction. That's not godlike. Yeah, war, all that stuff. None of that is godlike. That's the devil. That's evil. That's against life. Anything goes against life is against all of us. It's against us all. We just didn't get caught up in that mess at the time. And that's the truth. So what we do is we look for the abundance within. We know how people feel towards us and understand the depth of God. And we work on changing the world to a more truthful, honorable, righteous, loving, kind place, because we bring new life into this world every day. We bring innocence into this world. When we come here, we're innocent, but they don't get to stay long innocent. That's the sad part, And intuition is finding your innocence again. It's releasing everything you've ever done that you thought was wrong or felt was wrong or felt ashamed of, and becoming grateful for who you were created to be, grateful for every hard time you've ever been through, and to stand in victory. And intuition will help you do that, because it will help you to work with God to clear and clean out those things you don't want in your soul. Look, we all know there's things we wish we didn't do, but we're not supposed to relive those things, nor are we supposed to relive things that were done to us. We're supposed to let that shit go so it can die with our cells, because every 7 years, we're a new man. Our cells have regenerated every 7 years. Regenerate for the good or for the bad, however your thoughts is over the matter. The mind is a very powerful generator. And you definitely do not want to let your mind take over and have full control, because it will drive you insane. Shut that thing down and show it who's boss. Are you not the boss of your mind? Shut it down sometimes. Give it a break. It might be running on overtime, so that you can hear your intuition. Okay? And have victory over your life when you look within and see what a treasure you are. What a metaphysical, magical miracle. And your true purpose of being on this planet. Everybody wants to know their true purpose. I can't tell you your true purpose. Only God, only you and God know that. That's between you and Creator Source. And it's up to you to mind your business and find it. Like, God is not an intruder or an invader. He's not going to invade into your life. Making a relationship with God is slow. It's a slow process. Let me explain it again. Between the deer and the wolf, right? It's like bringing together the deer and the wolf to be friends, you and God. And God being the prey and you the wolf, okay? God is gentle and loving and kind. If you want to bring God into your life, you've got to find gentleness and kindness as a part of your masculinity, and truthfulness. God wants to be with you, but you got to have a body God can reside in. God can't reside in darkness and lies. God needs a truthful body to live in, to be healthy and not toxic, to be having a healthy mind, a healthy, glowing, loving heart. Is that too much to ask for the future of the children of this planet? No. I get nervous whenever I'm talking to the divine masculines because I don't want to seem as if, I'm mad at all masculines or mad at any masculines. I'm not. I have realized one thing, that the mistakes I made those choices. I made those mistakes. I know that there are beautiful divine masculines out there in the world. I know that. I'm asking you to stand up and be an example for other masculines as well. Stand up and help them to understand that being soft and gentle and loving is how a true masculine would really want to be. Like the sun. Like the sun shines down with warmth, that looks upon the ground and smiles, and the corn and the beans and tomatoes and flowers. And from out of that, we find the birds and the bees, and, the trees are blooming, and, we get pine cones and stuff. So, divine masculine, do you not understand when you look at your woman like the sun, as if you were the sun and she is the abundant earth full of flowers and good things? You will bring out the best in her. That would be your intuition that tells you to do that. Work on bringing the best out in your divine feminine and make it a habit and a joy. Make it a habit and a joy to be with your divine feminine, because I have a horrible story to tell. My last mate, at our age and after being together for 33 years and thinking we were in a sacred marriage, and I'd already been married 3 times before that and been with men who had cheated on me. And I'm not a cheater. I'm a ride or die bitch. Always have been, always will be. And I had been fooled and blinded by my desire to be, good and loving and, do my best, which is always good. But I didn't understand for a long time that he wasn't doing his. I mean, I saw it, I felt it, but there wasn't nothing I could prove. By the time I could prove it, we were up in age, 59, and he had rebelled against me through drinking and drugs, and, I had endured thinking it was my duty as a good wife, a daughter of God. But then finally the inevitable happened, and I found out that there was no sacredness between us. He had walked out on the sacred marriage that I thought we had. And that was it. There's no going back from there. I will not be anybody's second choice. I don't care if I am 62 years old. And the fact is that most women should feel this way. And I pray most women do. But listen, you grow old, and now he's growing old alone and by himself. And he's very sad and sick. And he never apologized, never gave me a reason for why he hurt me. It took me years to overcome, but I damned wasn't going to be held back. Ain't nobody going to take my life and make me run it. So it was a fight for me, but the main thing is now is my life is good. I am on the road to destiny. The lesson in this is that he's living in his car homeless and drunk and still doing drugs. And he'll probably die there. And the unfortunate thing is he's going to die alone. Because he's not going to, the divine feminines have got to stop the divine masculines from being dishonest. And I felt it was my job, and always has been my job, to let them know that you won't do that to your next woman, because, you're going to lose me. And I am a lot to lose. I'm a good woman. I see far ahead into the future. Like that giraffe. You see that giraffe? That's my totem. Now, the reason I'm telling you this divine masculine is because you got to watch the divine feminine's heart. You want to shine on her like the sun. You want to show her that she can trust you and that she can, that she can love you. You don't want to set yourself up to be hurt either, because there are feminines out there that do the same thing. So all you divine masculines with a special loving heart need to be really, really cautious about the divine feminines you're giving yourself to. And listen, the most beautiful people that you think are beautiful is fake. Yeah. Beauty's only skin deep. That's a messenger from the Queen of Swords. Beauty's only skin deep. And, they wear a lot of makeup and they're real sexy and they want to show off their body. Be wary. They still got other things on their mind. Learn how to track it. Learn how to look for the signs of steady and not steady. Of yours and theirs. Because sometimes when you have a beautiful open heart, you will open it to the wrong people for the wrong reasons. So make sure you are learning to love yourself. Because in learning to love yourself, divine masculine, you'll know how you want to be treated by others. Okay? It's easy. And it's intuitive. Any child can do it. So learning to love yourself as a creation of the Creator. Learning to love yourself as a human with a heart of gold, strength and courage to face your fears, to face those things that make you want to run. Don't run. Don't run. Be strong. Face the things that you don't want to face so you can grow stronger. Don't run, divine masculine. Stop running. Stop. And be patient with yourself. Have a minute to be patient with yourself and clear your thoughts, clear your mind. Focus on yourself and your lane. Where are you at right now? The card of the High Priestess is again another intuitive card. Let's talk about the High Priestess. The High Priestess always has boundaries. All these feminine, highly intuitive cards are coming out for divine masculine. The High Priestess has boundaries, whatever your boundaries may be. God, I hate to say it, but, for those of you who have one-night stands, I hate saying that. Why did that come up? Because I don't know about that stuff. But anyway, it's sapping your sacred energy. If you're having multiple partners, you're losing your sacred energy. Your sacred life energy. You give it away. You just give it away to nobody. It's like a vortex. There's no meaning behind it. It doesn't stand for anything. it's just an instant gratification. Afterwards, well, you have to work on building yourself back up again. Or else you stuff it away and it becomes nothing. But it is something, and you know it. Yeah, just gratuitous sex. What can I say? It's just that. Which means hardly any satisfaction comes afterwards or later. You know, you give your sacred life force to a stranger or someone else, and it kind of even drains you of your intuition. You know, you're a sacred creature. You have, you stand above the animals. And animals, even only animals breed for pro to make babies to have their generation come on down the line, their DNA. The human and monkeys are the only animals that really go to gratuitous sex. Have you ever seen a monkey tribe? Would you want to live with the chimpanzees? Oh my God. Okay? And if you do have to want to be a monkey, please be a bobo. Because in the bobo tribe, the mothers run the tribe, the herd, and the male monkeys have to behave in a certain way. They're not allowed to rape the girls. They're not allowed to, run the little boys out of the tribe. You know, the Bobo monkeys are a very compassionate group and they're run by the matriarchs, and it is one of the better tribes. You definitely don't want to live in the chimpanzee tribe. God only knows what be going to happen to you. And the human race of men sometimes remind me of that. And I'm just being who I am right now. I'm being real, okay? I'm just going to be real. Be of the Bobo tribe. Honor your mother. Honor your father. Honor your sister. Honor your brother. Honor those around you. Honor yourself. And that's love. And that's what this life is all about, is learning to love in an honorable way. It's being strong enough to resist the temptations that draw you down this kind of road. Where you think you're getting something, but really they're taking. Handing you something of no use in one hand while taking your gems and jewels for another. That was what the divine creator got. And how people are. Learning to love yourself and set some boundaries for yourself will bring you to a place that you want to be. How do you set boundaries? Tell yourself no. Just say no. Say no to yourself. You can do that. You can be your own mother. You can be your own father. You can go in and talk to your inner child and things that's going on in there. You can be your own psychiatrist. You can be your own counselor. And there are many voices that you have in your heart. You can get information. It's everywhere. And you work through what you learn as you wait and listen to your intuition to give you the instruction of what to do. And that, my friend, will be the magic that will come forth in your life. You see that? You will sail away. 3 of fire. Creating magic in your life. Creating ease. Look, just sailing on the air. You know, no hardships, no karma, flying above it all. What else can I say? You know, I love you guys. I hope everything works out well. I know that there are divine masculines in my own life who have been recently and from years and years and years ago who have suffered a whole lot because they didn't stop and consider what they were doing to themselves and others. And so that's what intuition is all about. It's stopping and considering how your actions will affect you in the aftermath and others. It's looking forward a little bit to see if you've ever went through this before. Have you done this already? And is this going to be a replay of old karmic habits? Or are you going to stop and listen to your intuition and make a better plan? Start setting boundaries against the drugs, against excessive sex, against your addictions to pills or alcohol or women, whatever it is, and begin to learn within yourself why you're doing these things. What is the cause that's bringing about this effect? And from there, I can't say much more. I love you. God bless. I hope you like this video. I hope this video helps you to help your life. God bless you. Bye bye.